Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Today I want to share with you 3 tips to get you to stand out from the crowd quickly, effectively, and in a hurry. So tune in to this episode.
Welcome to Leadership Legacy Radio, where we inspire you to live your dreams, encourage you to take massive action, and be your authentic and genuine self. We focus on 3 pillars. That's empowering youth, equipping leaders, and enriching marriages so that you can go out and dominate your space.
If you're ready to dominate, you're listening to the right show. This is the Leadership Legacy Radio. Now let's go.
What's going on, man? I love that intro. I hope you do too. So let's get right into it. It's been a while. We are in season 2, chapter 2, whatever you want to call it, of Elevate Your Leadership Intent. So today what I want to do is I want to share 3 tips with you to really just make you stand out from the crowd, make you separate yourself from, the rest. Now, it's pretty simple to do this, and the reason I say that is because most people want to just show up and that's it, collect a paycheck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you 3 tips to just really separate yourself from people, whether it be in your business, whether it be in your leadership, or whether it be in a task that you wanna get proficient at. So let's get right into it. So today, what I wanna share with you, the first thing that I wanna share is how to separate yourself from the crowd. So you can talk about being tenacious, you can talk about being effective, but I'm gonna give you these 3 things. So the first thing I wanna talk to you about is working smarter, not harder. Now I like to say being effective, right? Now we've all heard the story of the guy with the axe, right? The 2 guys with the axe. So today what I wanna share with you is my perspective and my spin on it. So there's these 2 young men that, you give an axe, right? And one has the personality that they're gonna just go get after it, right? This person grabs the axe, they start chopping at the tree. Now the second person takes the axe, they go walk around the tree, they look the tree, they measure the tree, they actually start sharpening their axe. Now, as the crowd starts to come around and look at what's going on, the first young man that's chopping at the tree is about 50 chops in. The second young man is still sharpening his axe. Now, why is it that you think that one man goes straight to chopping the tree and the other young man starts analyzing and sizing up the situation? Now, this could be because of their personalities. This could be because of what they've learned in the past. But what I'll tell you is that most people will do exactly what the first young man did. They'll go and start chopping the tree. Now, what I would share and encourage you to do is actually take a step back. Sometimes we're too close to the picture to see the frame. And what does that mean? That means that we're too close to the problem. So in order for you to get better at solving problems, in order for you to get better in your leadership journey, is you need to work smarter, not harder. So as we talk about these 2 young men again, the first young man is now about 100 chops in. The second young man now starts chopping the tree. But what he does is very different. He chops on one side, then he goes and chops on the other side with his very sharp chop. Now by the time he's about 5 to 10 chops in, he's almost where the young man with the that was chopping 100 times ahead of him. Now we all know that what's going to happen is that this young man that took the time to analyze the tree, to chop the tree and sharpen his axe, is going to finish faster. But why is it? It's because he took the time to work smarter, not harder. So how can you do this? It's important that you focus on maximizing your time, your energy, your efforts, and your focus on the right things. Most people tend not to do this. This can be in your job. I know when recently one of the things that I started doing is looking at how I can be better efficient in my business. And so what I would do is I would try to schedule my day. I would do 15-minute increments, and that would let me actually see how I could capitalize and maximize my time. I would set blocks of time for when I wanted to do things, and I would also identify what I wanted to get done. Now, when I was in the workforce, one of the things that I would do is I would also do the same thing, but I would also prioritize tasks by priorities or by the time that it needed to get done. I would also prioritize things based on my agenda or my leader's agenda. And so those things can help you too. So if you are in business, if you are a leader, one of the things that I would encourage you to do is be more efficient with your time. So work smarter, not harder. Now, this is really important because this is going to lead into step 2. Step 2, or the second thing that I want to share with you today is making sure that you understand that you need to stand for something. Now, most people say, yeah, I stand for something, but this is where values come in. This is where your principles come in. Are you the type of person that takes on other people's problems? I know for me, most of the time when I was in the workforce, that is what I did. I would take on other people's problems. If you brought something to me, I would do it. If you brought something to me, I would assume that I needed to get it done. You no longer need to do that, and you shouldn't have to worry about doing that. Let me explain. It's important that you understand that every problem that comes your way is not your problem. It's important that you take a stance on your integrity, the purpose, and the things that you want to do. What relationships are important to you? What tasks are important to you? What things do you need to get done? What agenda is critical and important? It's important that when you do this, that you practice writing down the things that are related to getting you closer to your goals and your overall purpose, because when you do that and you focus on your daily agenda, you get the things that you need to get done. You become more efficient, right? So you work smarter, not harder. You pick the tasks that you're gonna go on, and you stand for something. Now this can be standing for something in your business. This can be standing for something in your personal life or in your leadership journey. Now, let's talk about the third and final thing to make you more effective and more efficient when it comes to your leadership. Now, we're talking about elevating your leadership intent. So if you do these things within a week, I promise you will start separating yourself from the crowd. The third and final thing that I want you to think about is turning everything into a competition or a game. Now, this may seem counterintuitive, because most people would say, well, why would I play a game at work? Well, the reason you want to do this is because competition is what drives us, right? Wanting to be better than the next person, and really you want to be better than yourself. And so one of the things that I remember is when you make things a competition, I think back to when I was trying out for high school basketball. One of the things that I did is I showed up differently, right? So when I was trying out for the team, I tied my shoes a little bit tighter, made sure my clothes fit like a certain way, and I gave extra effort and energy. Now, if you're just playing pickup ball, you don't give the same amount of energy as if you're trying out for a team, for varsity and different things like that. So how do you stand out from the crowd, right? Make everything that you do a competition, whether it's doing a task better than you did before, whether it's finish a task faster than you did before, or putting it in a position that you can make sure that it's competitive. Now, one of the things that you can do is make sure that you position yourself to succeed. How do you do that? Gamification, right? Have you ever been part of a program where, let's say for example, you get something done and you get a reward and it says, congratulations, you have leveled up. That is what gamification is. It's rewarding you for doing something well. And so one of the things that I like to do is make sure that you understand that if you make your work competitive and you make your work more enjoyable by making it fun, and how can you make things better, the emphasis, the focus, and the success that you will have will be exponential. So today I shared 3 things that I wanted you to understand, the 3 things that I wanted you to be successful in when it comes to separating yourself from the crowd. I encourage you to make sure that you remember that you want to work smarter, not harder. Be efficient with your task. It's essential that you focus on where your time goes, where your energy goes, and where your focus goes. The second thing is I want you to understand the importance of standing for something. Not everything that comes your way is your problem. Not everything that comes your way is something that you need to take on. And I really want you to be successful. So pick and choose the things that you take on, and pick and choose how you support your team, how you encourage them to maybe take ownership of the things that they may bring your way. And lastly, just make things competitive, make things fun, make things enjoyable. When you do these things, you're gonna see that your energy is gonna go through the roof, your enjoyment is gonna go through the roof, and you're gonna show up differently to your environment, right? Whether that's working in your business, whether that's working on your leadership, whether that's working with a team, anything that you do, you will separate yourself from the team because it's easy to do so. Remember, most people show up and they just want to collect a paycheck. You do these 3 things and it will separate you from everyone else. I look forward to connecting with you guys. What I'd like for you to do is post in the comments whether you want to see more of this content. I want you to tell me if you would like to see this once a week, if you would like to see it every day. You want me to share some nuggets with you. Again, I'm going to try to keep this under 10 minutes because I want you to get after it, implement pretty quickly, and I want you to be successful. Here's to your success, and don't forget, go out and dominate your space. Right.